Hi, it's Ray from ProShaper Sheet Metal. Guess what? We swerved into something new. This is a 1966 Century Resorter. I think it's a 19-footer. And it has a 327 AMC motor in it. I believe it's called the Gray Marine motor. And for the first 19 years of my life, I lived on Lake Quinsigamon in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. And we were right on the water. We had a wharf and we had boats and everything. And my grandfather lived right next door, and he started a marina called Billings Marina in 1946. So he was there from 46 to 1970. He was a Chris Craft dealer, an Outboard motor dealer, Thompson Lapstrake boats and Crest liners, and later MFG fiberglass boats. So boats are in my blood, and I haven't had a boat since I was like 19, and I had a hankering for a boat, and this boat just popped out of nowhere, and I said, I gotta have it. What's the story with this boat? It's been sitting for 20 years. This wood is from 1966 to 2020 that we're in now. That's 50-something years, and the wood above the water line usually will last pretty good. It was covered for a while, but it's been uncovered for quite a bit of time. So when we went to look at the boat, the bottom has been severely rotted. It's got dry rot and probably wet rot or whatever. And when we put the boat on the trailer, it was up on stands. The trailer was poking holes right through the bottom. So the question is, how bad is this boat? We don't really know yet. I'm willing to take the challenge of putting a bottom in it. I have experience doing that from working at my grandfather's. He also was in the restoration business. I forgot to mention that. In 1960 he started restoring cars. So I went to work for him in '63 and did both boats and cars. So that's where my experience comes from. And this is in my blood. And the question is it worth restoring, or is it worth getting workable again? So we got to see what the motor is, the condition of the motor. So we're going to pull it around to the front of the shop, and we're going to try to start it. See if it's frozen. The motor could be frozen. The motor, if it was last put in the water and the plugs weren't taken out, the water plugs, the block could be cracked because the water would have been in the block over the winter and it cracked the block. The cylinders could be all rusted up and it could be frozen. So we're going to determine that, and that'll be the next little segment we do. And then after we determine if the motor is good or not, and hopefully it'll start, then we're going to pull the floorboards up and get a really good look at the internals of the bottom. Alright, a good indicator that we have some trouble is when you can put your hand into the boat like this above the water line. So there was also some stands. It was sitting on a stand, and you can see the line here has a little slight deviation. So this is pretty bad. The main strength of the boat are two strong frame members that go all the way up and carry the load of the bottom and the motor. Fred, what are you doing?
Helping.
That's Jack's father, Fred. What are you doing with the gas? He thinks we're going to make a video with 3 million hits with burning the boat. No!
We're gonna make a ProShaper Comet.
Get the gas out of here. We got.
Soak it in gas, light it on fire. It's like a table candle.
No. Fred, please leave. Ah.
Good job, Ray. That thing moves.
Yeah, it's good.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, you move like a 70-year-old guy.
All right. That's the first time I've been in the boat. Awesome. And we're okay if we go up the creek. We got a paddle. It's a little weak, but we have a paddle. And that's some of the bottom of the boat right there. That's part of the chine that broke off when we put it on the trailer. The little spray rail on the side of the boat. That'll have to be remade, but now we'll expose the motor here. Maybe Fred can help out and we'll take this cover off. Ooh! I'm going through the floorboards. Went right through the floorboard. No, I didn't want to put it there. I want to set it down on the ground.
Why?
Because I got to get it out of the way. You got to get down off the boat.
Why can't we just leave this here?
No, I want to take it right off. Taking the cover off.
Okay. Well,
You got to get out there. I'm going to hand it to you.
I'll help you. We'll both tip
Oh,
it
okay.
right there.
All right.
A little more to me. Little more to me. There you go. Ain't nothing left of this thing, right?
Yeah, the floorboard's rotted.
I got it. I still like my idea better.
What's that?
Light it. Drag it down the street. Video it.
So the motor was pretty well infested with mice. There was all kinds of acorns and mice nests in here. So we got some air pressure. Blew it all out pretty good. Now most of that debris went in around the motor, so now we're going to vacuum that up. What I see of the bottom so far, the main structure, it doesn't look too bad, but I'll withhold judgment until we get the floorboards all up. We'll be taking probably these trim pieces off, and we'll probably take this fiberglass cap off and really get a good look at all the interior parts. But first thing we got to do is see if the motor is free, and there's a really good access point right here that I can put a screwdriver on the ring gear and see if we can turn the motor. So here we go. Oh, look at that. It's free. It's turning over. So the battery terminals, we found out they're right there. I've got a fresh 12-volt battery. We'll probably take the plugs out, squirt some fog oil in it, turn it over a bunch, let that oil get in the cylinders, and I don't know if we got enough light today to get it fired up, but we'll also investigate to see whether the drain plugs have been pulled on the side of the block. They're usually down back here, but I want to get it all cleaned up before I get down there and take a look. So the next order of business is getting this rug out of the way and pulling these floorboards up, and we're going to be running out of light, so tomorrow we'll get it started. So that'll be, I think, for tonight. It's Wray from ProShaper Sheet Metal, the boat story.